So in Philadelphia, part of I-95 collapsed due to a tanker truck catching on fire. Uh, it has been found that there are human remains in that wreckage.
Interstate 95 runs from Canada to Florida. It's one of America's busiest highways, but a disaster over the weekend is going to snarl it. Sunday, a tanker truck caught fire underneath a section in Philadelphia, causing it to cave in. CBS News' Elaine Keano is near the scene. Elaine?
Well, John, in addition to the pouring rain, we have been hearing the sounds of heavy equipment at the collapse site just behind us as crews work on what is expected to be a major rebuilding.
This was the scene just after 6 a.m. Sunday.
Oh boy.
When a tanker carrying 8,500 gallons of fuel crashed and caught fire in Philadelphia, causing part of Interstate 95 to collapse.
The tractor and trailer were trying to navigate the curve, lost control of the vehicle, landed on its side, and ruptured the tank and ignited the fire.
Wow, that sucks for the person. Just made a simple driving mistake and it cost him his life.
Today, state police confirmed human remains were found in the wreckage. This video shows the road buckling moments before the northbound lanes crumbled.
I just floored it and drove through.
Frank Graber took these pictures driving back from the airport. He said he felt the road giving way as he passed through the flames.
I felt a drop like a roller coaster, just dropped down. So I was.
That definitely would have been pretty scary driving over that patch of I-95 that's buckling. Yeah, I cannot imagine like falling into the fire. That would have been crazy.
Like, well, I wasn't very smart because I could have fell right in the fire.
Monday, crews used heavy machinery to start clearing debris. The fire burned so hot, officials say the southbound lanes will also have to be demolished as part of the rebuilding, which could take months.
The entire region affected by this will have the full support of the United States Department of Transportation for as long as it takes to get that restored to normal.
Roughly 160,000 vehicles use this stretch of I-95 each day. Today, those vehicles had to find alternative routes, leading to snarled traffic and longer commutes.
Everyone's just going to have to adjust. We're probably going to have to wake up a little earlier, show up on time.
And Elaine Keano joins me now. Elaine, this overpass was part of a multi-million-dollar reconstruction project that was completed just about 4 years ago. So this was new stuff. What happened? Was it just impossible given the heat of the fire?
Well, yeah, no matter how new something is, if something gets hot enough, it's going to become structurally unstable or just basically melt. You know, everything melts with hot enough heat.
Yeah, that's exactly right, John. I mean, essentially what state officials said is that even though this bridge was structurally sound, they knew this, that it was because, as you point out, it is a relatively new bridge. It simply is not designed, as are many other overpasses, they are not designed to withstand a fire that intense. And when you're talking about the hundreds of gallons of fuel, right, that were involved in this, that intensity of the fire was just too much for the structure. And not just for those northbound lanes, as we said, but those southbound lanes are also going to have to be demolished because after inspecting them, they realized that the structural integrity from that intense heat has really now been compromised. And so that is going to prolong this rebuilding process. So they're saying likely months before things return to normal.
Those of us who've driven I-95 know that you are often accompanied by trucks on every side of you. How, given that it's a major trucking corridor, is this collapse going to affect deliveries, supply chains, that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, given the fact that, as you say, it's an extremely busy stretch of highway and the fact that it stretches from Maine to Florida, you can imagine there will be disruptions. What I can tell you is that here regionally, officials have said that they know already that the local economy is likely going to be impacted by these disruptions because you're going to have businesses that will now have to increase their shipping costs. The usual route just won't work.
I mean, big businesses that are, shipping and stuff. I mean, they can easily eat a few extra cents on travel costs.
So the prices will go up for shipping for some of these local businesses. Where we're standing now, you look around and it's an industrial area. We have been seeing many trucks on this street behind me here, essentially trying to make their way past this collapse site, right? It's been a steady stream that we have been seeing all afternoon. And so in addition to that, they're saying there could also be increased storage costs for some of the businesses here if they're not able to move their merchandise and their inventory as quickly or as cheaply as they might have done in the past. We're talking a major hit to the local economy, which is why you're likely going to hear the sounds. I don't know if you can hear that rumbling behind me, but that is not thunder. That is the sound of that heavy machinery that I mentioned as crews continue to work what will essentially be around the clock to get that I-95 section restored.